Hey, what's going on, people? So we are here a week after the election, and I've had some time to think about everything, and as I'm sure you have, and I've talked to a few of you. So a lot of you are disappointed, feel like there's more that could have been done, feel like there is no hope, and whatever else the feelings are. And, those are righteous. And there are actually some of you who voted for the current party or the current administration, and you feel whatever way you feel. Some of you are proud of that, some of you are not proud of that, some of you could not really wrestle with what was happening or how it was happening. But regardless of where you stand, regardless of where your family stands, and regardless of your allegiance to whoever, I still want to speak to you. I still want to connect with you. I still want to figure out what it is that made you feel how you feel right now. And the majority of the folks that I've talked to, the majority of the feeling that I'm sensing from folks that I know or folks that are passionate around the anti-racism conversations is disappointment, is fear, and also a lot of anxiety, a lot of ambiguity as well. And I asked a couple people, not just necessarily how you're doing, which is a really valid question, and I would like to know how you're doing if you can reply back to this. But the other question I'm asking is, what are we going to do now? And you know me well enough to know that I think it's okay for us to stay in a space and grieve and to do all the things that we need to do in order to take care of ourselves. But after we do that, and hopefully we don't do that for too long, after we do that, then what's next? When you look at the stats, the whole reason why I started anti-racism conversations is literally for the stats that we were able to see. A good number, very good number of white women voted for Trump. A good number of white men voted for Trump. Now, again, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, or you are right or wrong. I'm not here to make this video to condemn you. I have my own thoughts and feelings about those things. But I recognize that if that is the case, and if the stats continue to prove themselves, there's some connection, some allegiance, some identity that is tied to that party, which in my world as a black man directly is opposite of my forward progress or my family's forward progress. Now, again, you don't have to necessarily even agree with that, but my point is I don't understand, and I don't think I ever will, but I really don't understand how we can have a large majority of folks who are on the woke train or are part of anti-racism groups or are in support of Black Lives Matter and all of the progressive type events. And then when it comes down to making a decision on who our leader is, the votes kind of are not predictable. And so my question to you, again, is just really thinking about what are you going to do next? Where are you? And I'll probably lose some folks after this, and some people might be not excited about this message. I'm sorry. My intention is not to offend you, but if you've been following me for a while, you know kind of where I'm at and what side I'm on and what the point of the group is, right? But for those of you who are watching this and you made it this far, what are you going to do? I would genuinely like to know, what are you going to do? Where do you feel like you dropped the ball, if any? Where do you feel like you missed the assignment or even failed the assignment? This is a message that I'm trying to get out because it's easier for me to write this in video versus send this through an email or through a text message or have coffee with a million people. But I really feel like those stats speak for themselves. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. I hate the fact that because of the stats, it makes me feel like I need to do more work with white men and white women. I actually dislike that because it's a lot of work on my end, but I'm willing to do it because we got a lot of work to do and we are not as far along as we thought we were. And it's going to take a lot of work. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work. It's also going to take some intentionality. And I've talked about these things, but I don't feel like it was maybe taken serious enough. And that's a conversation we should have. But there's some stuff happening and I would like you to be a part of it. I'm thinking about getting the band back together, getting the groups back together. But I will not do it unless we have some targeted objectives and goals and things that we want to accomplish. I just can't do it. And I would encourage you, if you all are willing in our meeting by yourselves, to meet. It's great. But I'm not going to do it if we don't have something that we want to accomplish, because I don't have time. And neither do you, actually. We don't have time to be meeting just to be meeting. So if you're interested, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you're going to do now. We got 4 years, and we got some stuff that's going to come down the pipeline that we're not going to like, but that doesn't mean that all hope is lost. And maybe the last question I'll ask you is, what is it that you need from me? Is there anything that you need from me? Is there anything I can do to serve you in this journey? So I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being in community, for being in connection, and for watching the rest of this video.